Hello there. This is a pick a card reading for insight into a current relationship in your life. This can be any kind of relationship of any nature, whether it's a romantic partner or a friend or a coworker or somebody that you're, crossing paths with and don't want to be, a parent, any relationship that comes to mind. So we have pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. Timestamps are listed below in the comments. Hello and welcome, group 1. Hope you're doing well and in high spirits. Please remember to only take what resonates, okay? If something creates negativity, tension, confusion, reject it. So, for a current relationship that you are dealing with, it looks like some kind of passage, war, conflict, chaos, misunderstanding, not sure where to go, not being able to see. Something like this is either coming to a halt, a pause, or an ending. It's this kind of energy, okay? I'm actually going to zoom this in just a little bit here. There we go. There's definitely a feeling of resolve or clarity coming through, or making space to gain clarity about something. There could also be some kind of a waiting period for you to make a decision around something. And this is positive, okay? Let's see more information about this relationship, about who they're dealing with. Relevant information about this relationship, please and thank you, Spirit. Nice. So there could have been some instability or really strong emotions in this dynamic from time to time. There could have been some fighting against the past as well. There could have been some wounds, some hurts, some tears, things like this. And this has made things either undecided, uncertain, or caused a need to reevaluate for somebody here, maybe for both here, maybe just for the situation naturally, okay? Definitely a feeling of a desire for more strength, for more renewal in a way. Somebody's ego could also be in the way a little bit here. They could be easily triggered or hurt at times, okay? Somebody could also have a hard time focusing on work or building up their work, building up their, even just different options that they feel are available to them. Somebody here could really be deciding not to focus in on their options, whether it's with work, money, people, in the same way before. It's like first they want to deal with something emotionally or make an emotional offer, but there could be some feelings of inadequacy here. And I feel like this could be from them. Somebody's trying to free themselves here. This could be anything. Freeing the self with the devil, it's like from habits, patterns, restrictions, bindings, even a job, a connection, something that could bind us in a negative way or control us. Somebody's really trying to free themselves here. And that could be part of this emotional expression or this bravery to even make an offer or to accept an offer, to deal with the past here, something like this. It could also be why somebody doesn't want to act on something or make a choice, or why they are limiting themselves to what options they have, whether this is you or them or both in this relationship. It's like there's a real desire to be free of something. Can we enhance on this freedom, please and thank you? Okay, so trying to follow the heart space more, trying to listen more to the intuition, to the knowing inside, and less of all the clutter in the mind, okay? How does this person feel that they're dealing with? How does this person feel that they're dealing with? This person feels like something hasn't come together, it hasn't completed, something hasn't come full circle. They might not feel safe. They might not feel secure or protected. They might not feel hopeful. They might not even feel connected right now to you or to whatever it is that they want to feel connected to. They could be going through a period of feeling a bit lost or unstable, even though this is like a regeneration kind of energy they're going through, or a reformatting. Anything else about how they feel, please and thank you. Yeah, and they could be clinging to their comforts right now, clinging to what they have, even clinging to what they know to work, but it's not really working, okay? They could also be trying extra hard to fit into the old type of person that they've been, or the old type of way they've been, but they're not that way anymore, or they're becoming not this way anymore, and it's going to be a little bit challenging to fully release that, okay? Is there any advice in this connection or with this relationship, Spirit? Advice is not to force anything, but also to empower the self here by trying to see clearly. I would say see the truth, but to see clearly. Sometimes fear can distort the truth. There's a reminder there. Anything else about this advice? Do what empowers you. They should also be doing what empowers them, whether it's just feeding your mind with something that resonates or not. Just doing something that lifts you up in a way. And this is exactly that. It's seeing, it's revealing behind the veil. It's looking at the actual truth beyond the veil. Also the intentions, the reasons that things are happening, the way that they're happening is important to look at. Not everything is as clear as it can seem at times. And, you know, it's not all bad either. Like if something just seems negative, it's not necessarily, okay? This person is going through a lot. Anything else by way of advice, please and thank you. And looking at what is hidden, looking at where the lies are or where the false information is just there, concealing fear, is really important. There's also a need for you to socialize or discuss with this person or with other people, for you to get out of your own head and your own introspection in a way. And if you're dealing with Virgo energy, perhaps to take a moment away from the Virgo energy or with a break to get clarity. Meditate, get clarity, find your happiness, find your center. The sun is here in the beginnings and endings that could be involved in this relationship or around it. That is very positive. This is talking about that clarity coming through, that information, that illumination, even happiness, okay? Yeah, for some there's a real reflection on this, but also a disconnect between, like, we may not want to accept something in. We may not see the positives about it right now. But in time, this will transform, okay? What looks bleak or dire right now, or anything about this that could be inspiring, like an energy of negativity, this is temporary. Because there's actually a lot of positive to this and a lot of connection. And also, you have a lot more in common with this person than you may realize right now. Or that it may feel right now, okay? That's kind of important for some of you to know. It doesn't mean that you are like them. It just means that there is a lot between you guys that is similar. Anything else to say about this relationship, please and thank you. Spirit. In the past energy, there could have been a lot of overthinking, a lot of there's a lot of mental stuff going on in this connection. And there also could have been creative and passionate energy, but also creative and passionate endings in a way. Could have been a little off and on stuff here. Could have been some sadness, just trying to get clarity. Could have been certain endings in this relationship, either the relationship itself or like stuff in the relationship, ways of being, ways of thinking, of doing. Okay? And I really feel like things are blurry right now, like they're not super clear. The quality is lacking a bit right now, but it's just right now. And where is this relationship headed next? What is the next energy or phase of this relationship? Nice. Unification, coming back together, being inspired, finding forgiveness, finding, if that's needed, finding togetherness, finding, you know, sisterhood, brotherhood, coming together. Even if it's a romantic relationship, it's like really finding that connection and that compassion. Some of you, it's a very spiritual connection. For some of you, this can indicate marriage or a signing of a contract or coming together in a more serious way. But there's a lot of compassion and healing available, and a lot of breaking apart of the falsities, okay? You're rising above what is unclear and recognizing the bigger picture here, and this is probably happening together. Anything else about this next phase of the relationship, please and thank you? This could also be happening in the spiritual realm, the astral realm, if you're separate from this person. This could be like a real coming together in that place that will affect you. But with the Fool here, this is about being in love. This is about starting a new phase of a new journey in a way. It's about things coming full circle. It's about feeling daring again, feeling life and adventure, and just being in love again with something, whether it's with your career, with life, with this relationship, whatever it is, okay? Balance is going to be restored, equality and justice in this relationship, perhaps healing a bit too from what happened with mother energies or, parental energies that could have been painful. And there could be some unknown when it comes to like the finances or to the material world. There could be some like, I'm not sure what will happen, or I need to save because I don't know how we're going to do this next thing. So there's really some faith required, and the recognition to, smell the roses, just recognize the beauty, to recognize all the flowers around in a way. Okay? Staying positive will do a lot for this connection. That doesn't mean that we don't acknowledge what hurts, but it means that we don't assume that everything is just never going to work out. We absolutely... this card always looks like a teal swan to me. So for somebody, that could be helpful if you're into her as a teacher, like some of her relationship videos and different things. But either way, there's a lot of positive energy here, especially with the sun and with the Four of Inspiration. It's really unified, and the Fool. I mean, this is a really nice outcome to things, a really nice progression to things, where we are getting a lot of happiness, clarity, unification, compassion, feeling in love, feeling inspired, feeling lighter than air sometimes. It's this whole energy here. So that's a positive, and hopefully you can let yourself experience that, especially after a time where things may have been uncertain. Okay, come back out of your shell if you can, if you've been in it, and know that what seems like it could be done, it's not necessarily done. It's just we have to change sometimes. We have to adjust, morph, and break out of these old patterns and habits and different things that can hold us for better quality of life. And this is for both of you. It's both. I think it's especially for them, but also for you. Okay, so we send you guys lots of love. You can always email FrequencyOfTheHeart@gmail.com for personal reading inquiries. But until then, take care. Hello and welcome, Group 2. Hope you're doing well and in high spirits. Please remember to only take what resonates, leave anything that does not, okay? So, wow, strong energy. So for those of you here, whatever the relationship be that you're dealing with that brought you here to pick this group, this reading, we have the 10 of Emotions, very similar to the 10 of Cups in the original tarot, which is very extremely happy outcomes when it comes to emotional fulfillment, connection, relationships, even connection from spirit into the physical. It's like really having that completion emotionally. It can be an overabundance of joy, an overabundance of love, an overabundance of just feeling like everything is here and more that you need, even if it's minimal, or it's just like you couldn't ask for more in a way. There's a real feeling of gratitude to this, a real compassion to this, and it's Spirit's like really encouraging you to stay in this state, to hold this state of mind, of being, of gratitude, not to get swept away in the current of like complaints or of like nitpicking, or to really maintain and hold this gratitude, because it's only going to create and make more. Not to buy into like, oh, this is an illusion, or this can't last, or like this limited thinking that this isn't real, or it's going to have to go away, like already like dampening this whenever this may come for you, whether you're feeling it now or soon. But it's like really holding on to the really strong feeling, and if not holding on to it, continuing to create it and nurture it through your gratitude and appreciation and recognition each and every day. And if sometimes we need like a little reminder of how to tap into that energy, sometimes we need to travel or go for a really long hike or do some things that ground us again enough to bring us back to our gratitude, to our center of, wow, this is amazing, instead of getting caught in a routine where we start to take things for granted. Okay, so what else do you have to say about this relationship? For some of you, this could really be the happy outcome you've desired, the happy love or relationship or connection that you've desired, no matter what the nature of it is, for a long time. What else to say? What else to say about this connection, please and thank you? What else to say about this relationship, please and thank you? This deck is a bit too big to shuffle on that way. Okay, what else to say about this connection or relationship, please and thank you, Spirit? Nice. This is like coming back to life is how I read this right now. Things aren't going to transition right now or end right now. Something is actually really on it's coming back to life. It's rejuvenating. Division, if there was any, it's coming back into unification. Okay? Something here you could have thought would end at some point or really change or die out. Even like the passion or the connection itself. And it's the opposite. It's like now it's coming back together, and this is bringing in a real abundance, okay? A real completion. What else to say about this relationship, please and thank you? I feel like it's so important to hold this gratitude state as well, because we can create a lot in our world, our reality, our relationships. And here it's like you have the chance to create this where you want it to go, to create your own state of being where you want it to go and attract that with it, you know. Wait, this fell out on the ground here. Let's see, on the ground. Okay, 6 of inspiration. So this could be like moving towards your dreams, towards love, somebody towards you or you towards somebody else, but in maybe a way that is hidden. You might have found a new or different way that's more exposed to do this. I am getting the word illusion through, so there is still some fear or ideas about something being an illusion here. Why, Spirit? Why is this illusion coming through? What is it and why is it here? Please and thank you. Yeah, they're saying optimism only works when it's genuine. So it's like if you have this fear here, we need to still address it in a way. This can be about balance. The way to move out of an energy of, oh, this is illusion, it won't last, or anything like this is going to be balance. Balance of your material and spiritual world. A passage through balance as well, staying in the middle road in a way, between polarity, between, like, let's say love and career or nature and inside, like a real balance between these things. Anything else to say about illusion, please and thank you. This can also be about starting something new or moving towards something new that is very exciting and passionate for you, especially like around career or something that you love to do in this physical world, a new way of health, something like this. Long-term investments are paying off here. Okay, so part of the fear of the illusion here is actually just that you're having a real win coming through in this relationship and also in your own life. A win, a success, a completion, a positive outcome. And sometimes it's super duper duper hard to actually accept when a win comes in, especially if we've had a lot of hard times before that. It's like we have a hard time to trust it, but you can trust this. You can absolutely trust this. Wheel of Fortune here. Also another energy of completion. Something is absolutely completing. The universe is in your favor. Fortune is in your favor. You've gotten through something very, very nicely here, and you actually have gotten through it or are getting through it. It's a real thing, and it's showing through in this relationship or in maybe even an upcoming relationship here. Or an upcoming part of this relationship, okay? It's interesting because it's like creating feelings of helplessness in a way, or of feeling like you can't see, like you don't know how to access your own strength because you're going through this kind of win. It's like it's almost triggering you, this kind of love or success or passion or connection. It's like it almost triggers you to feel like you're helpless, and this could be scary for you in a way, or that like you don't know if it will actually be. It puts you in a place of like fear and unknown on the flip side of things. And that's another reason why I think Spirit's so strong about like focus on, you know, what you're appreciating in each moment. Maybe write it out, or really take a moment to close your eyes and take a deep breath and be like, wow, I appreciate this, or I'm so grateful for this, you know. What else to add about this connection, please and thank you? So the illusion that you fear, or that you feel, and also maybe fear, is an illusion, and it is fear. I hear that quote like about fearing fear itself. I mean, it's all about what you believe. So when you start to train or shift or program your beliefs, right here, it's exactly that with the Hermit. you can really start to alter the way that you're viewing this. And with the Hermit here, this is about introspection. It is about spending some time in solitude, some time going inward and illuminating your mindsets, illuminating yourself, processing the endings of things, and also maybe shifting some of your deep subconscious programming here, to actually trust and believe in this, to trust your worth, that you're totally worthy of this and capable of maintaining it and growing it, to be in a state of abundance rather than survival in a way. It's like, I hear overjoyed versus not enough, you know? Yeah, coming out of limitation. It's exactly that. Coming out of this energy of having to do things in a certain way, or dealing with people who do things in a certain way that could be manipulative, or out to win at all costs, or just a really limited mindset here. You really have the ability and already are doing this, coming out of these kind of more toxic energies, coming out of these limited energies in the past here that kept you, that could be really scarring you, or, you know, or even traumatizing, not having enough, or feeling left out in the cold, feeling abandoned. It's like here, this is not what's going on. It's not what's going to happen in this relationship. It's not what's going to happen here. And you know, part of why it's not going to happen, because nobody can actually tell you exactly what future you'll end up in. Not really. Though maybe, you never know. But it's the feeling like, no matter what, it's like your energy is changing, your reality is changing, your mindset is changing, and everything is changing with that. So no matter what happens externally, internally, you know you're good, and you're always going to be good, especially compared to where you've come from and what you've been through, okay? So yeah, there's a lot of internal fear here, internal emotions and different things that you deal with, feelings that could have even been left with you from childhood, or for things that were unfair, maybe even female or feminine energies in your upbringing or in your world that could have made things feel unfair or unjust in a way. You're recovering and healing with these still. The full moon can literally be a great time to release some of this, to release, to forgive, to let go, to clear, because you could need a nice clearing out. So with this new energy that's here, this beautiful, sustainable, healthy, glowing, emotional satisfaction that's here, we may also need to make more and more room for it as it grows. Not that room is limited, we grow as it grows. But just, you know, why do we want to hold on to a bunch of stuff when there's new stuff coming in a way that where it's just sitting there and getting dusty, and we can just transmute this stuff, okay? This relationship, this energy that you're in, this beautiful unification even that you're making with yourself, and even some of these new starts that you're making, and even this fear, it's all serving you. For a lot of you, it's bringing you back towards a wish, a dream that you have, a desire that you have that's in your heart, allowing you to dream again. You've gone through a process that makes you feel vulnerable enough and emotional enough where you're able to have hindsight on it now, or able to see it from another perspective, and you can actually maybe create with it or channel it into your dreams or what you want to do for your own personal world as well. And that's part of where we see the focus on balance that's so important, because we do need to be in a state where we're balancing out our like dreams with our personal world. So this relationship also being balanced with what it is that we want to see for our own selves, you know. Yeah, emotional options could have felt unclear a bit. Let's see. They could have felt like everything was kind of mediocre. You weren't sure which one to choose, which one was the real one in a way. But I feel like this is kind of a past energy. And it's like in the past, something quickly moved. That could part of be why we see it this way, because this could have came in really quick, this energy or this relationship or this feeling of like change or 10 of Cups energy, essentially. It could have come in so fast that you were uncertain if it was real, and now you're just processing it all. And the fears are coming up too because it came in fast. It could have even been slow, wait, and then bam, fast. All of a sudden it's all at once type energy. And this could be a bit overwhelming to process at some point. What else to say about this relationship, please and thank you, Spirit? Why is this on its side? Please and thank you. Why is this on its side? Some of you could be delayed from traveling, but it doesn't mean you won't be traveling. Okay? Also, some of you could have passed up like an opportunity or an offer. I think that's a good thing. You do have protection. And you could have also paused on some kind of communication because you weren't ready for something yet, to complete something or to allow something to, maybe you were afraid of something coming. Again, I feel like a fear around success or something coming full circle, or even a fear around fully healing in a way. It makes a lot of sense to have this fear, but it's not necessary. Clarify this, please, and thank you. Because here it's like that. It's like we're afraid to even accept in a way, some kind of a communication or something, because we don't want to totally let something complete, or we're afraid that it will mean that it completes. But this is something that will absolutely inspire you. We see this like night to day or day to night here as well. But this is something that will inspire you and give you release around past events. If this is communication, or if it's the completion of some kind of healing, or if it's the release and acknowledgement and acceptance that it was okay that you let go of something. Some of this is just you forgiving, or accepting rather, yourself. It's just you saying, no, I made the right choice here, okay? Yeah, because in the past there was some massive pain. And that could also be putting some doubt in this relationship, especially if this is with like the same person that was involved somehow in a pain that you went through. You could really like question if that emotional fulfillment or that beautiful energy that's here is going to stick, if it's going to stay, or if they're going to hurt you again. What is the most likely outcome of this relationship, or the next energy outcome of it? So next energy outcome would be like where it's going next, okay? Yeah, to new ideas, new things, new inspirations, letting go of attachments, perhaps shifting the health, shifting the mind, body, soul, shifting the way we communicate. There's a lot of colors to create with coming through here. There could be a bit of chaos in colors as well, but it's a good thing. You may not know exactly where you're going, but you're going, you're making movement, you're following your gut, you're following your inspiration here. You're feeling more power, you're feeling more strength. You've definitely understood that this has helped you grow and brought strength in, and just that you've been growing and getting stronger lately. So this is definitely making movement forwards. There is some restabilizing going on in this connection. It is coming into a more stable place, and this is awesome. I mean, this is really awesome to see. I think we're going to go ahead and grab a love oracle as well for you guys. Again, regardless of what the relationship is, we just split the deck to forgiveness, which is interesting. Any messages for this person in this relationship, or around this relationship, please and thank you, Spirit. Okay, this is a full reversal right here. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. So first of all, yes, this message is really important. Second, with this reversed and falling out over here, something around abandonment, what has been hidden and what has hurt you, it does still need to be acknowledged as a wrong for you or towards you. Even if you're the one that did this to somebody else, it doesn't mean that you were wrong to do that or that they were wrong to do that. There's always a reason why we do this. And it's also really important to acknowledge our own reasons why, and to make peace with ourselves, basically, peace here, to acknowledge that there's a reason. But to also acknowledge that something was wrong for you because it hurts you in a way, or it doesn't work for you, and it's not something maybe that you want to continue in a feeling state of, or that you want as a part of your life, is also really important. Yes, ultimately, did this state of being help you and make you stronger and wake you up to certain things? Of course. But doesn't mean that we have to become in a place where we can't acknowledge that it was hard and it hurt and we don't want more of it in our life, that we want more peace in our life. Absolutely not. It's important to acknowledge like, how we really feel about things. Maybe we hated something. Maybe something made us feel sick to our stomach, but there's like a real need to acknowledge that something wasn't right for you or didn't work for you, and kind of to create a boundary with that, maybe moving into the future. But on the other hand, it just is this. It's just to say that every choice that you've made, that you will make, it's going to expand you and your understanding of life and love. Same for this person, same for anybody. So there's also the acceptance that comes with the knowing of this. And there could be a hard time to accept that if something really hurt us. And that could be part of why we're holding on to and gripping onto some of these fears around, is this trustworthy? Is this a real thing that's going to stay? But it's like, the more that we accept that everything has its place and its purpose, and the more we accept our own actions and accept the reality of things, the more we let go into this world and universe, the more we can actually really open our heart and accept in, what needs to be here, release fear, release resistance, and fully enjoy this beautiful 10 of Cups energy that is here and present for you, okay? So I wish you a lot of love, a lot of success on this journey. May you be able to fully, taste the richness and enjoy and grow the richness of this beautiful opportunity and this, spot in life. But also just to release yourself of the pressure or expectations, and just to know that no matter what, you're doing it how you're supposed to be doing it. You're where you need to be, and you absolutely deserve this. So we send you guys lots of love. Take care. Hello and welcome, Group 3. I hope you guys are doing well and in high spirits. Thanks so much for being here. Please remember to only take what resonates, leave anything that does not, okay? If something is fear-based or anything like that, just reject it. Everything should provide a sense of expansion for you. So in your relationship, now that you're dealing with whatever this relationship may be, it seems like there is a challenge to balance something here. There could be a challenge to... there's actually two messages here. There's a challenge to balance something, or there has been, but there's also more agreement or flip sides of things going on now. Let's say you were really opposite of somebody, certain things, and this was really making things go high and low and swing really high and low. Now it's like there's a chance for an alteration, for them to see your side and you to see their side in a way, okay? And then, there could also be just a challenge to balance or juggle what needs to be balanced and juggled within this dynamic, and also just within your life. Let's see what else is going on here in this connection. Please and thank you. What else is going on here in this connection? Please and thank you. So it could be hard to see something. There could be a fear or a rejection of awakening, of being conscious of certain things, of seeing certain things here. Of also opening up the heart. And in the end, it is here that some of the out of balance energy can come through if the heart is kind of closed up, okay? Yeah, here we have past experiences that have been super hard or hurtful, that are absolutely stuck with you or stuck with somebody here. And this is part of why the heart is closed up and why we're not able to fully see right now the full picture that we'll need to see eventually. Any advice around this? Past hurts, please and thank you. Your intuition knows what to do best. You have a very deep inner knowing. There's a lot of water energy here. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio influences. But your inner knowing knows. Also Aquarius here. Your palms, you could be a healer, or somebody here could be a healer as well, especially with your hands and palms, and you could have sight. But something about the past and the hurt, it's clouded some of your sight. This is reminding you that you do know. And the way to tap into your knowing is going to be through communication, through the color blue, the throat chakra. So this can be any form of communication with yourself, with the divine, with another person, with your journal, with the mirror, with an animal, the earth, like just communication. Maybe you need to write it out. Maybe you need to speak it out. Maybe you need to express it creatively. Maybe you need to literally have a conversation with somebody, but it's going to be to start communicating anything. I mean, you can start anywhere. You can write a sentence. Hi, my name is this. Like, it's just like very much, I just heard this song by Eminem when we said that. The point is getting back in touch with your intuition, developing it again, building a relationship and a rapport with it again, building trust with yourself again, and helping yourself process the pain and the hurt that you've been holding around the past that perhaps has been clouding up the heart center, and the trust in the self, the belief in the self, and this energy of awakening that clearly wants to take place here. Some deep emotion really wants to come back and return to you here. What else to say about this relationship, please and thank you. You're also in touch with your intuition in this relationship, okay? And there's nothing wrong in any way, shape, or form with the way that you are or that you see things. Yeah, there's a lot of lack of clarity here. Yeah, there's some really serious pain that has gone on here for you. This could have been in the past in this relationship or in another or in multiple, in both perhaps. But there's such a deep pain that you don't even see. It's like she only believes that the door is closed, but she doesn't even see that there's nothing around or beyond it, and that she could get up and walk around this, because it's like the pain has her stuck in this place, in this mindset in a way, and has the emotions seeming so blurry. You can see how these cards actually connect in a way, these beams, and it's like so blurry of a feeling, like nothing is clear. Maybe she questions herself all the time, it's like this energy, but you actually are more in touch than you know. And the way to get back in touch is the communication, and it's also going to be the focus on the palm centers, the energy there, maybe some kind of healing. And then, the third eye is really lightened up there. And we also see that pagan energy, the runes. There could be some past life stuff that's really strong for you that wants to integrate or come through. Any advice in this relationship or connection, please and thank you, Spirit. Feel your emotions, feel your feelings. In the past, you could have had some really intense depression or heavy emotions. Some reflection on this. These are messengers, and they were there for a reason. But it doesn't mean that every time you feel sadness, it's going to bring that back. You yourself have strengthened more than you realize. You've developed more than you realized. You've come into a much more fertile energy you're able to balance more than you realize right now. And it's actually ironic, because sometimes the simple things become complicated, and then sometimes when we actually have more to deal with, in a way, things become more simple. It's ironic how that works, but it's almost like the two isn't it's too much for you, because it's too little in a way. But the three, it's like you're able to do it all. You're able to nourish yourself, to heal yourself, to create and to have love, or to have the career and love and, creation and all of it, family, whatever it is for you that you want. But there's a lot of you becoming you. This sadness and the stuff that you've gone through, the limitations you've gone through, are helping you to become more and more and more of you, and to express more and more of you and what you are in its truth and its divinity. You're understanding your connection as well. Some of you, you're studying astrology and all different things. So this connection, or connections that have really hurt you, it's also bringing a lot out of you, and it's kind of forcing you in a way to evolve into the expression and the being that you came here to evolve into, even though you're always that being. It's like really bringing it out of you more and more, Let's go ahead and see the person that you're dealing with here, what they are feeling. Okay. They could be feeling or wanting a greater sense of peace, of flow, more expansion around their action less limitation around their actions. They could also be desiring that expansion. And they could also be having a hard time to focus on the positive, but trying to, in a way, trying to get more in touch with what it is they feel, even to reformat that. And they're trying to find balance in their own world and perhaps heal or recover from parent energies or feminine energies even in their life. Maybe a Libra or maybe a more narcissistic type of energy here. So they're trying to go on their own healing. They want their own reformat here. They could also be not super in touch with how they feel. This may be more unconscious for them. But where it shows is their overthinking, their anxiety, their sleepless nights, their a lot of the stuff that's in their head, you know, that's telling them this is an ending, and they're trying to pull something creative through with this, okay? What is the most likely next energy of this connection? To release attachments and to start to get new viewpoints, to look more closely at things and to understand the reality of them, to analyze them more and see the patterns, see how it's all connected, and also to receive some kind of a fulfillment or a help or boost to a wish that somebody has here. There's also more compassion and creativity coming through, and there's trying to sort through some of the falsities here. There is a waiting period a bit for some of this. This could be during Pisces season, especially depending on when you're seeing this. But there's also illumination, the waiting until the illumination, okay? There's choices with happiness. Once it begins, it really goes, like the dominoes, you know? It really begins. The winds carry you towards happiness, towards options. There's no way to avoid this. And there's no way to avoid the return of compassion into your heart and the melting away of some of the ice that is built from the sadness or the pain or the hurt. So there's a real healing, essentially, that wants to take place here in this relationship next. Things could be waiting. You know, we could not be in the relationship, too. There could be some kind of a separation here in this dynamic as well. Or it could be about separation and release of things in this dynamic that have been hurtful, painful, hard, and are just no longer going to serve you. Maybe they've helped to serve to awaken or to become certain things, but it's like now we're going to move out of that. Yeah. Endings, but beautiful freedom type energy. And also the feeling of our investments paying off. Things that we've invested a long time in, whether it's emotional health, growth, money, career. We're moving towards this with more clarity and freedom. You're going to feel really free of a lot of the burdens, baggage, emotional baggage, and weight you've been carrying for maybe a long time. There's a lot of freedom around this coming in, okay? It's really strong. Let's get a closing oracle here. Closing message. Interesting. Only time will tell, but it's also reversed. Because it's like you also need to trust your heart and your knowing. To also trust your intuition is super important here, okay? This says, give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. And I feel like the time is pretty much done now. The time for these tears and this pain, it's ending. And you're going to feel that relief soon, if not already, okay? Knowing your worth, knowing what you deserve here, that's going to come naturally. You've already done the work to get here. So there's a lot of good stuff coming in, moving into the future here, and probably the now, you're probably already starting to feel a sense of peace, even if it's illogical in some ways. So this is a really, really strong reading. You guys can always email frequencyoftheheart@gmail.com for personal reading inquiries. But until then, we send you lots of love, success, and peace on this journey. Take care, you guys. Hello and welcome group 4. Thank you so much for being here. Please remember to only take what resonates and leave anything that does not, okay? If something is confusing or tense or restrictive, please reject it, throw it away, don't take it on. So your message today in the relationship that you're dealing with or that you came here for, it's basically the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So there's some kind of a solid new beginning, start, foundation, even money, career, but home, like health regimen, schedule, anything that you could think of in like your physical 3D world that's not coming through right now. It's either delayed, it's on a pause, you're not getting the start that you want, you're wondering when it will be, or there could even be some envy or jealousy or like harder emotions around that are somehow thwarting this or stopping this, even comparison, something like this. But it's not that it's, stopping it. Everything happens in the time that it's supposed to. It's just that this is where we're at in the journey right now. It's for some reason this is a bit paused, or this start isn't coming through that you thought would, or that you're just waiting, like when is it going to? So let's get some more information on this. And this could literally be a physical coming together with somebody. Let's say somebody's at a distance, or we're hoping for a new apartment together, home, like something like this. It's just there's a bit of like a wait or something here, or even like a total stop to this. Clarify this situation. Wait, put my shuffle. Please clarify this situation. There could be some arguments, frustrations, irritations too around for some, like things just aren't fitting together. You're trying to make them, but it's not somehow. Or uncertainty to know what you need to do, like about something. Like there could be a feeling like I've tried everything. What am I supposed to do? So yeah, there's like a lack of healing going on here right now. You don't foresee or feel some kind of healing. But on the other note, things are being brought to justice, to light, into balance. Some kind of justice is being had, and some kind of the truth is being revealed here as well. Somebody is emerging from the shell, as you could see here, into what is real, into what is true. And in time of division or paused starts or, paused beginnings of some kind, this can also be a moment where things can be revealed or have the chance to reveal themselves. For some of you, there's needing to accept the body coming through here, needing to find beauty in your body to make sense of it. And this is going to help you to feel more secure with yourself and your own self-worth as well, to not want to compare as much, or to not want to, not that you want to compare, but I mean to not fall into this trap of comparison or envy, jealousy, something this way, though that won't be for everybody. There's a real security that needs to happen with the self, and part of that's going to come through getting justice and having things seen and balanced out, maybe around your past or around all of your experiences in this world, okay? And what do you have to say about the Two of Emotions here? In reverse, please and thank you. Your intuition knows best. Trust your feelings beyond the fear or the mindset or the mental thoughts here. Like, for example, you could be stressing out mentally or getting yourself into, a spiral of thoughts or something. But does your body feel like it's all going to be okay? Can you tap into that feeling that it's all going to be okay? Sorry, I have to move this here. I mean, can we access the sensation that we know that something is going to work out or be okay? Because I feel here that it absolutely is, and your intuition knows this. Your intuition knows that things are going to heal, and that part of you needs to rest, take a step back and receive the healing, attract the healing rather than go chase for it. Maybe you're in a mentality of like, or you've been given a mentality in life that you have to work super hard to go out and get something, but it's like you're learning and your intuition is telling you that you can actually attract something to you. You can attract what you want and the unity and the things that you need to you. You can manifest these things. You can put yourself in a mindset or a state of being, and your intuition knows this. So it's a lot about trusting yourself here. When the time is right, things will be as they need to be. In the past energy, or receptive energy, if we look at it that way, there's a feeling of coming together. Contracts, weddings, marriage, deeper commitments, unification, sisterhood, brotherhood, you know, whatever it is, just being connected to other human beings, meditating together, spiritual energies, chakra centers, coming into clarity through meditation or something this way. You could have thought you were going to marry somebody. Whoa. You could have thought you were going to marry somebody, or like connect deeply with somebody, like even with a job or with some things. And it's like maybe now it's again paused, okay? Also, there could have been something that was like a wake-up call for you, or something that kind of startled you awake, like into clarity in a metaphorical kind of way, to help bring this justice into balance. You could have seen something, or something could have happened that lets you know the reality of a situation, or will let you know it, and you'll understand that there's a real blessing for why something hasn't begun yet, or hasn't gone the way that you want it to just yet. I'm finding that it's extremely difficult and almost like frustrating to shuffle the cards. They like just are resisting each other and like fighting, and it hasn't been like this. So I'm really feeling like there could be a lack of balance and flow for you that's super irritating or frustrating. Watch anger and temper the next 6 weeks around you and in you. That's something that's around astrologically. So I would say, depending on when you see this, into around the beginning of May or mid through April, okay? But yeah, something could just feel really endless here until you find flow with it. Anything else to add about this relationship they're dealing with, please and thank you. I get a lot of career energy in this. Doesn't have to be. Could be earth energy involved here, air. Actually, I see everything though, water, fire as well. Somebody here has a heart of gold. You may also desire, or somebody may desire to have a child someday, or rather to create something that feels really strong and significant to them. This could be part of this. This could even be like a loan or some kind of financial support or assistance to begin an idea, begin something. Some of you could really feel like you don't have what you need resource-wise. There could be a call to focus on the more spiritual end of things, but you could have a lack of faith if it's actually working. It is. Rest assured and trust that it is working on your behalf as well. I hear that message for you. What else about this relationship? For some of you, this is like a relationship to your finances or to your material world that is really coming through here. Rest is super duper needed. Rest and relaxation, even some romance is really needed to get your mind just clear and put you in a state of relaxation so that you can attract what it is that you need. So that you can take some pressure off and focus off of some of these areas, okay? What else is recommended here? Yeah, this is like the beginning of creativity. Sensuality even. Maybe some of you need some sensuality. Maybe some of you need to create a bit more to get yourself in this place of emotional satisfaction. A lot of you, meditation is super important. Spirit's almost trying to get you off of focusing on your resources, money, physical world, home, relationship, whatever the physical thing is here that we've been talking about, and get you to focus more on your meditation and spiritual world, connection in the spiritual world, as well as your creativity, your sensuality, what inspires you in this world, okay? Like some of you are a real artist here, but this may have been a bit suppressed in some way or another. Some of you, there can actually be sensual healing available depending on what kind of relationship this is. There won't be for everyone. Any other advice? Please and thank you. I don't think so. Okay, what is the most likely outcome or the next energy in this relationship that you're going to move into? Almost the sun right there. So for some of you, some massive clarity and happiness, okay? You're going to leave behind the more logical approach, I believe. Even just the looking into the past a lot and feeling shrouded by you know, the shadows in a way and all the thoughts, you're going to leave a lot of this behind. There's going to be closure. There's going to be restabilizing, or the stability that you're looking for. It will come in. It does come in. Okay? I also feel that for some of you, how to explain that? Explain this further, please and thank you. Explain this further, please and thank you. Some of you really need to listen to what the sadness or the depression or the melancholy is actually saying to you, and to channel it, to create with it the best you can. I know sometimes it's really impossible, but sometimes you're losing your faith in this. Yet on the other side, or on the other hand, you're pulling a lot of emotions from this. You're learning how to melt this bit by bit, and that's okay. You don't need to overwhelm yourself. It's a process. I hear it's like it's a journey. There's this card that says like a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. So it's like taking things step by step. The completion and outcomes that you want will come, just not all at once, because it's a journey. It's about the journey here, okay? It's really about the journey here. And trusting and believing and letting go enough to have faith that things will come, and trying to enjoy the process. You know, trying to enjoy what is here in the process and appreciate that, because that's exactly what needs to happen here. And meditation is going to help you access that. Yeah, because we're really like wanting to be able to offer something or be made an offer. We have a really strong focus on this, and there's nothing wrong with that, but we now need to trust that the intentions and the manifestations that have already been set and put into motion are working. And we need to focus now on the emotional well-being and the creativity and the spiritual side of things. Okay. So, anything else about the most likely outcome of this relationship? Please and thank you, Spirit. Nice. Something new is absolutely going to start here. I don't see this ending for a lot of you. But there could also be like a lack of travel or something. Interesting. There's kind of an earthy or like a Taurus energy at play here. I really feel like there's a lack of, not in a bad way, just like you're not traveling or communicating here. You're holding on to something instead, holding on to this relationship or this dynamic or this thing. We're not really exploring the options here, but instead we're taking an option and committing to it. And it's new, and you may not see the way, but it may seem like a great thing. No matter if it ends up being a great thing or not that you pursue, because you are going to pursue something in the material world here. You're going to continue on that path of really pursuing the material. Nothing wrong with that, but it's really what's here strongly. Even if it's a humble start, or it's not as much as you want, even if it's a compromise or a settlement, like a settling for something, you're going to do it. Because it's going to be like the rose-tinted glasses energy. It's going to look nice to you. So ultimately, you're going to do this in this dynamic. This won't be for everybody. Everything is subject to change. But it's the energy of it, no matter the details of it. Even if it's a tiny moment, it's just one day that you do this, But ultimately, this is going to be a blessing in disguise. Even if it's not the way that you're being pushed towards, clearly it is the way that you're being pushed towards in another fashion, because it's actually going to bring you towards the lovers, towards love. I see you guys still at a distance or in some kind of separation. But whatever this thing that you do is, whether it's a new person or whether it's a reality that you need to see about love. It's going to clarify what you want in life emotionally. It's going to clarify who you want in life emotionally. It's going to maybe show you another standard of a type of person to be with, or a type of love that is available to you, or maybe just show you what all the hype is about love. I get even real love through the feeling of real love. Anything else about this little journey, this outcome here? You're going to heal a lot of your trust issues through this process. You're going to heal a lot of the wounded warrior energy through this process. And you're going to start creating from a different place. There is going to be some heartbreak involved, but it's going to be around your mindset. And I feel like it's going to be a continuation of heartbreak that you've already been experiencing. It's going to be necessary. It's going to bring a lot of strength, balance, and flow from you. Absolutely, yes. And with that Leo energy there, it could be around that time frame, late July into August. It could also be about the spotlight being shown on you, on what needs to happen, and to make you more in touch with yourself, your strength, and to allow you to be carried more, okay? You have new emotional beginnings here after hard endings or hard hurts, defeats, even failures. Maybe you give up on the Ace of basically Pentacles that you wanted all along for the Page of Pentacles with somebody. They could be making that offer to you, or is being like, come on, this way. And it's like there's a real defeat in that, even though there's also a positive about moving forwards. But this is bringing you closer to your destiny, actually. To maybe even somebody, or to a part of this relationship that needs to blossom, depending on what kind of relationship it is, and into a lot more emotional clarity and emotional release. You have to go through a little process first before you're tapping into that real emotional energy that Spirit's urging you to get into. But there's no way to say how long that process is, how big it is either. There's no way to measure it. For some of you, it could just be, a few days. For others, it could be a few months. For others, it could be longer. But it's just that feeling. And it could not be as big, or it could be bigger for some. How does the person that you're dealing with feel? How does the person or this relationship that you're dealing with feel? Please and thank you. How do they feel? Okay, they're in the middle here, like between feeling bound, locked in, tied down, owned by their addictions or restrictions, and also trying to be free of them in a way. They could teeter on the edge of that. Some of them could feel like they're trying to get justice for things that were unjust or unfair, especially growing up or around feminine energies, even with money, trying to balance that out as well. They could be, not traveling right now or communicating right now. They could not want a new beginning with communication at this time, or not be focused on it. They're also recovering from trust issues, from wounded warrior energy, from being guarded and suspicious. They're trying to come out of this energy just as much as you may be. They're trying to get the clear truth of things, the clear reality of things. And right now they could not be making movement towards something. They could also really be in love with you, or an idea, or with something in their world, but in a sort of naive way. The Fool looks very naive this time, and it's not bad. It's just that they could move between like rose-tinted glasses as well into like harsh realities. They could swing back and forth between these two in a way. This could also be the way that you view it if it's not a person. This person doesn't foresee, or this energy doesn't foresee or feel the successful outcome, perhaps, that it actually desires, or know what that looks like, or have a vision for it, okay? And I feel like this person is trying to find inspiration, but may not know how. Okay, let's go ahead and get a love message here, closing, again, regardless of what kind of relationship we're talking about here. Please and thank you. Archangel energy is around. I also see this like sort of a Jewish energy here present. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. Okay, somebody really has a lot of love here. Could also be the person coming in we saw earlier, or the next dynamic in this. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There is no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. This is definitely related to the very initial message of Ace of Materials in reverse, of this new beginning, this really material or physical kind of solid thing not taking root right now. It's about accepting this, letting go and trying to find peace in that acceptance. That's one of the hardest things to do, yet one of the most important. Choosing peace now, regardless of the outside circumstances and situations. And that might take watching some documentaries and videos and reading and surrounding yourself with a certain mindset, you know. Anything to add about this love? Love as deep as the ocean. Who is this from? You'll know who it's from. Yeah, there's something new here. Letting go of attachment, something new, something more clear. You're going to be able to see more clearly. And you're going to recognize that it is love. And that you've had this, this 10 of Cups kind of energy all along. That you can have it all along. That things are a lot clearer than you realize. It's all about the mindset. A lot of you are going to really understand the way to use your mind in a very strong way that you haven't fully yet, okay, through this process. So, you guys, that's what we have for you. You can always email frequencyoftheheart@gmail.com for personal reading inquiries, but we hope that offered you some kind of clarity or something. So, much love and success. Take care.